On tonight's episode of the Walkin Rollin Costumes virtual party, we are going to be revealing two costumes.
And it starts now.
It feels like we achieved something bigger than we originally thought we'd ever do. And now look at it, it's grown huge.
My son Reese was born with cancer. What it ended up doing is it crushed his spinal cord. And when he was 3 years old, he got his first wheelchair and he wanted to be Wall-E for Halloween. So I thought, I can build one. I can, try and see what I can come up with. And so it started with just, building a simple costume, a Wall-E costume around his wheelchair out of a Dell computer box. It has exploded into something that was the inspiration behind Walkin Rollin Costumes.
Hey everybody, my name is Lon Davis.
And I'm Reese Davis.
And we are the co-founders and creative designers for Walkin Rollin Costumes. Now, you've seen us for the past few nights on our studio at home, and tonight we are on the road, so we have a makeshift studio. So if for any reason there are any technical difficulties, we're going to throw it over to some of our roving reporters, Chris Rude or Jason Hunt. So if either of them come on screen, we're okay. Nothing happened. We just lost bandwidth. Yeah, technical difficulties. So just getting that out of the way. So this is our annual fundraiser for Walkin Rollin Costumes. And one of the ways that we build these costumes for kids in walkers and wheelchairs free of charge is through the use of volunteers who are willing to help build the costumes, and then also donations. And so one way that you can help donate to Walkin Rollin Costumes is with our mobile text line. If you text the phrase WRC 2020 VP to the number 707070, then you can donate any amount you would like and make it either a one-time donation or a recurring monthly donation. So that's the easiest way to do it right now to help us out during this campaign of our virtual party.
Yep.
So do you want to introduce our first guest?
Our first guest is a builder that we've talked to the past several nights, and he's been building a costume. So let's see how he's doing. Let's check in with Bert.
Oh, we're going to Bert. Okay. Talk to Bert. Let's call up Bert. Let's see. Bert's on text or on our FaceTime. So let's see if the signal's clear. See if we can call up Bert here. There he goes.
Hey guys, just wanted to give you another update, and I am nearly 100% complete with the project. I've got the very last final touches to put on it. I'm not going to show it to you guys right now. You guys will see it tomorrow, but I just wanted to let you know it is nearly complete, and you guys will see it tomorrow. I also wanted to express my appreciation and gratitude for the service that you guys provide, and especially for the fact that you guys do not charge families and recipients of these costumes. That speaks highly, highly of you guys and the work that you do. I was able to complete this project with near minimal expenses on my part, just by using recycled materials and some materials that I already had on hand. So I just wanted to thank you guys and let you guys know how much I appreciate that and how much I appreciate you guys and the work you put into it. For anybody who's watching who can donate to this organization and to these guys for the work that they do, let me highly encourage you to do that. They would appreciate it, I would appreciate it, and these kids would appreciate it even more. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update and to let you know that I'm nearly complete with this project. I'll be done later tonight. I've got the final touches to put on it, and you guys will be seeing it tomorrow. Thanks.
That was great.
Bye, Bert.
Awesome, Bert. Well, thank you. Can't wait to see what you come up with, and that will be on tomorrow night's episode. Now, tonight we wanted to introduce you to a builder that we've had help us on two amazing costumes. Yep. The first one, his team built for us in 2018, I believe.
Yes, 2018.
So,
it was even at the reveal party.
Yes. It was an awesome costume made by an engineering team that had to tackle a very unique engineering problem with this wheelchair costume. So let's meet Fred Willis from Finite Engineering and have him tell you about the first costume they built. Welcome back to the Walkin Rollin Costumes virtual party. Tonight we're going to speak with Fred Willis, who helped us with 2 amazing costumes. And so, welcome, Fred.
Thank you, Lon. Thank you, Reese, for having me.
No problem.
Of course.
A couple years ago, we came to you with a bit of a challenge. We had a little girl named Emily who had requested a costume due to her unique wheelchair. She had a wheelchair that reclined, and
we had never seen a wheelchair like that.
Yeah, that was the first time we had seen one like that. And she said, I want her costume to be a horse, and she wants it when she reclines, she wants the horse to rear up. So
oh yeah.
we thought Finite Engineering seems like a team that might be able to tackle this. So why don't you tell us a little bit about your team and what Finite Engineering is?
Yeah. So exactly. So, Finite Engineering is a mechanical engineering company that's located right here in Overland Park, Kansas. Typically we work on machine engineering design, 3D design. We do laser scanning. We do a lot of manuals, technical manuals, operation manuals, and so on. And we really just act as an extension of an engineering team to our clients and our partners' engineering team. It's kind of a plug and play. You can turn us on when you need us, and you turn us off when you don't. But it was really interesting. Was coming into work one morning, and I heard the radio station talking about you guys, and I was just thinking, wow, with a bunch of engineers, that's something you can just kind of really geek out on, And I know what these guys do after work, and I know that they're working on drones and they're working on these, these crazy games and stuff. And I was like, wow, let's team up with Walkin Rollin. This is such a great charity. I mean, it seriously is. And something we really wanted to get into. And when you said, hey, here's Emily, and I really thought that it was going to be more probably car-like, because we had talked about a DeLorean, or we talked about, the Echo One. So I was like, oh, this might be, some sort of vehicle or aerospace type thing. And she was like, oh, I want to be a horse. And it was like, now we got to change gears and go from the mechanical side to organic.
But you guys turned it into a mechanical beast.
Yeah.
Yeah. You did more than just make it rear up. You guys took on the challenge, and what exactly did you guys do?
Well, that's what was the thing. We tried to use a lot of the different resources that we had. So we laser scanned. We originally had laser scanned the wheelchair, so we could get some really good and tight dimensions on it, and then just talking to her. And she was one of those girls that just knew exactly what she wanted. She knew it down to the type of horse. I know what a quarter pony is. I know what Shetland, and I know Clydesdale. But when she said a Great Dapple, that was I was like, is that a fruit? Is that? Can you explain more what a dapple is? Right off the bat, she had a whole book. They flipped it all out, and they showed me a bunch of pictures, and it was like, okay. But once you commit, and you guys know this more than anything, once you commit, you have to commit.
Right.
So, we took the laser scan and we put it in the computer, and we were able to do a cloud point reference of where everything was located, and really try to dial in the mechanical part to it. We knew that, and don't get me wrong, I mean, we had meeting after meeting, and we went down any and every rabbit hole that you can imagine. I mean, we were thinking about ways of taking, battery packs from drills and doing a reverse on it, so it would actually power, power the wheels, and getting the, because we really wanted the organic motion of the horse to come through, because we thought that's what's really going to give it the wow factor. But yeah, being able to put it into the computer and running different simulations, and we were doing full simulations on, okay, if the back wheel had an attachment and it could use almost like a locomotion, like a locomotive motion to the front legs. Well, okay, well that would power the whole thing, and that would give it the movement that we were looking for. Okay, but now we had to really pinpoint the pivot point when it does rear up, that it didn't snap anything. Right. So that was really the head scratcher on it. And these guys, we had Joe Henry, he was working on that part. We had Jack, we had Caleb, and they really brought it to life before we were able to attach everything onto the wheelchair. So that was, such a cool, it was really cool. What a process, process to put the whole thing together.
Well, and then you got to be there for the reveal of the costume, and you got to do the countdown and pull the sheet off, and Emily's expression was just, she was so excited about it.
3, 2, 1.
I believe this costume has some unique features.
Yeah, we've got a few unique features for this one. I think the big one is
Brakes are on.
is that when you get in, it actually will find it. We'll move.
Look at that.
Legs will actually. Yeah.
Then. Then you have a little fob, so you can deal with the LED lights. There's about 55 LED lights on the main. So you go through the different demos and everything. So you just customize it the way you'd like it. So
That is incredible. So Emily, I know you always wanted a horse, right? Now you have one. Look at that. Do we have a name for the horse?
Dusty. There we go.
All right, that's a good name. What do you think? Do you like it? That's
like
pretty
it?
cool.
You want to get in it?
You want to get in it?
All right.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, let's try
Who
this
has to see
out.
Emily in the costume. Now you had some added features in the main and sound effects and all kinds of stuff.
That really, it was funny, and we've had, kind of similar conversations before about it, where, you have these different parts to the project. You have different parts to the costume, and like, it's going to be pretty cool, but when you have it all together and it's 100% and it's right there in front of you, and man, the wow factor, and it was. So what we had done is we grabbed it was called a horse generator, a horse sound generator. It was you could buy it off Amazon. It neighed, it galloped, it snorted and everything. And then when we played with it, we just thought, man, it's not loud enough. How do we crank it to 11? So I had an amplified speaker. We popped it open. We soldered on some wires so we could take an aux port and plugged it in and had it in the horse cavity.
Right.
And that way she was able to, if she wanted the snorting sound, if she wanted the galloping sound. And I got another story about that a little later on. But so we had all that, and it was like, okay, that's cool. But how do we give it some lighting effect? We've seen some of the, projects that you guys have done in the past, and it was just, there's an element. There's the visual element. There's the lighting element. The lighting, the sound. You have to have all of that together.
Especially if they're going at night on Halloween.
Yeah,
you want lights on a costume.
Yep. Exactly, and it worked differently. So we got the LED lights, and we we used the rope LED and put it throughout the main, and we used two different types of wig material.
Okay.
So we had the gray side, and then we had the white side, and it was kind of my wife's idea, which was pretty funny because she braided the whole thing together, and when we put it underneath the rope, it made the white mane almost act like fiber optics.
Yeah.
Yeah. All glow at the same time, and we turned all the lights off, and we were all like, "Oh, that's really cool."
Okay.
That really turned out way better than we expected. So,
That was awesome. Oh, you said you had another story about the lights
or speaker or something.
yeah. So it was funny because, it's one thing to be up on stage during the big reveal, and then when you're the costume, you're the costume. It's a part of you. It's an extension of what you're putting out there. And you can tell that she was a little bit nervous. She was, so, and then, we saw pictures of her at, it was like an outdoor trunk or treat thing. All the kids kept coming up and asking her, hey, where'd you get that? How'd you guys do? And I heard like a couple of months ago, or it might've been, pre-COVID.
Correct.
Somebody was I don't know if it was at like a Comic-Con or somebody was at somewhere, and I guess she was there because they heard it like a mile over, and they're like, we saw the horse, or I think you guys had like another event, and she was there.
I think that's Planet Comic-Con where we revealed the Bumblebee costume.
She was there.
Yeah. And so we had Kevin that we work with. He came. He's one of our lead engineers, and he goes, "Oh, I first I heard Emily's costume, and then I saw Emily's costume." So it's awesome that it's still out there.
We always want these costumes to last a while. I mean, you look at any child who gets a Halloween costume, they don't just wear it Halloween night. They wear it for months, and sometimes it's hard to get it off of them. So
we try to make more than one use at minimum.
Yeah. So it's great to hear that she used it multiple times.
Yep.
Thank you very much, Fred, for that interview. We're going to hear more from Fred later when he reveals the costume that he built for this year, and it will be our final reveal of the day. We've been monitoring our comments in the YouTube page and the Facebook page, and we noticed we've got a comment from Dawn Pittman talking about her son, John, who received the Arrowhead Stadium costume last year. I'm so happy to hear that it was such a success, and she said he was able to take it to school and was thought of as just another kid in a cool costume. And that is something that we have always,
that's something I've seen. Someone in a wheelchair.
I mean, Reese can speak about that topic. His first costume, you were thought of as just another kid when you finally showed up in your Wall-E costume. And we've heard that from other families. So it's great to hear that continued feeling of, a child no longer being seen as a child in a wheelchair, but just as another child in a cool costume. Thank you very much, Dawn. And we also had a donation from Barry Creamer for $500. So thank you, Barry. Got that one last night after our episode. So thank you, Barry, for the $500 donation.
And also in the Facebook comments, Bill Bernhagen asked if these t-shirts are for sale, and yes, they are. Chris Rude will post the site in the chat or in the comments, and on the back it says exceptional costumes for exceptional kids.
Yes, he had to read it. He can't see his own back, so yes. So thank you for all the comments. We will continue to monitor those and answer any questions that you guys have. So for this next segment, this was a costume that Reese and I built back in August, I believe. And it was for a child in California, and she was a fan of Frozen. And so her name is Diamond, and she asked for a Frozen 2 costume. And so we came up with this costume, and it was one that we had to build at our house and ship to her in California. But before we shipped it, we took lots of pictures and videos. So here's just a little montage of the build process and then the finished costume as well. Okay, we're back with the latest sneak peek of the final costume that we'll be revealing on the last episode of the Walkin Rollin Costumes virtual party. And we are putting in all these people that have been created by some volunteers from Kindcraft. And they have made, as you see, we've got more to put in. We've got a whole bunch more in the sack. We have 200 people that were made by these families that look like the families, and they are going to be put onto this costume. So you will see what they are on the costume for on the last episode of the Walkin Rollin Costumes virtual party.
Hi, I'm Lonnie, and I'm a mom from Norway. My husband and son and I are supporters of Walkin Rollin Costumes. We've been supporters for so long. We were supporters before Walkin Rollin Costumes was even an organization. We were there when it was an idea, a concept. The concept to design and to build costumes for kids who are using adaptive aids, walkers, and wheelchairs. To build costumes so that all kids can participate in Halloween and in costume balls, cosplay, and to just play dress up. To dress up as their favorite character, to dress up as a historical character, a character from film or from fantasy, from fairy tales. It's been exciting, and it's exciting not to only see the kids who get the costumes, but it's exciting to see all of the volunteers, the stories, the hundreds of volunteers who every year take part in the design and the building of the costumes. It's a rewarding organization. Walkin Rollin in Costumes, every stakeholder is a winner. The supporters are winners, people like me who financially support Walkin Rollin Costumes, the volunteers who design and who build the costumes, and of course the kids who receive the costumes.
Thank you, Lonnie. Last night I asked a trivia question. Let's see if you got correct. The answer to the last trivia question, what was the largest costume we ever built? And the answer is the ghost right behind me. It is the only two-person, two-wheelchair costume that we have ever built.
All right, well, tonight's episode is being sponsored by New Motion Foundation. And we'd like to, thank them for donating $1,500 in matching donations. What this means is that any donation we receive in the next 24 hours will be matched by New Motion Foundation up to $1,500. So please consider donating. New Motion has been a huge supporter of us ever since we first started. At all of our workshops, they have provided us with duplicate wheelchairs of what the kids were using.
Several wheelchairs.
Yeah, several each time. So, we'd have 7, 8 different wheelchairs up on tables with all the volunteers there and all the supplies. And we'd be building the wheelchair costumes in a single weekend around these wheelchairs that New Motion provided. So we just want to say thank you to New Motion for always being a big supporter of us. And thank you again, the $1,500 matching donation. So, please consider donating. There are different ways that you can donate, and we're going to show you those right now. Here at Walkin Rollin Costumes, we build costumes for kids in walkers and wheelchairs free of charge to the families. And in order to do that, we need your help. To keep these costumes free, we are always in need of donations and sponsorships to help fund the costumes and the supplies used to build them. So for the virtual party, we are offering some different opportunities for you as viewers to get something for your donation. So the first of which is the Buddy the Elf video conference call. You can schedule a 3-minute conference call with Buddy the Elf and schedule it with your child or anyone. You can record the call and be able to relive that moment over and over with your child. The next option is the raffle prizes. We are offering 6 different items as part of the raffle. And if you go to our website at www.walkinrollin.org/VP2020 for Virtual Party 2020, you can find the raffle prizes and see which ones you'd like to purchase tickets for in order to try and win one of the raffle items. The third option is to purchase one of our t-shirts that we have done for the past 4 years. And the 3 years prior to this, those shirts are being sold for $15, and we are limited to the number of sizes that we have available. So order quickly. The new shirt for 2020 was designed by John Nell, a local artist here in Kansas City, and it was voted by you, the fans, as the favorite choice for the design for the 2020 t-shirt. You can purchase that online through October 31st. There's no limit to the number that you can order on that one or which sizes. We will not print them until after October 31st. So order as many as you'd like. Those are being sold for $25 a piece, and all the t-shirts will be shipped free of charge to you. If you would like to reserve a call with Buddy the Elf, purchase raffle tickets, or purchase a t-shirt from Walkin Rollin Costumes, visit our website at walkinrollin.org/VP2020. Again, thank you for helping sponsor and donate to Walkin Rollin Costumes to help make all these costumes free for the families. Thank you.
Hey everybody out there in internet land, I am Uncle Bobby, just Twisted Halloween's friend, that's all. Just want to let you know that even though Twisted does not have a physical location this year, you can still shop Twisted Halloween online. It's twistedhalloweenkc.com. When you do, use the promo code WRC2020VP. This will save you 10% and it will donate 10% of your sale back to Walkin and Rollin. Please follow us, like us. Thank you for supporting Walkin and Rollin and this small business. It's you that's the true superhero.
2020 has changed the way we do many things. Shopping is one of them. This holiday season, if you're going to do a bit more online shopping, why not support Walkin and Rollin Costumes at the same time? All you need to do is go to smile.amazon.com, select Walkin and Rollin Costumes as your charity, and shop like you normally do. You can even enable Amazon Smile to donate when you make a purchase from the app on your mobile device. Give yourself a smile every time you make a purchase, knowing you've just helped build an amazing costume for an amazing kid.
And one last way you can donate is by mobile. Text WRC20VP to the number 707070. And that will pull up a page that asks you how much you want to donate, if you want it to be a one-time donation or a monthly donation. Thank you. Past few nights, every night actually, that we've done the virtual party, I have been asking a trivia question. And if you haven't got a chance to answer it correctly, don't feel bad. Here's your chance.
And what do you win?
A free 2020 Walkin Rollin Costumes t-shirt.
Yes! You only have 2 more chances, tonight and tomorrow. See if you can get this one. Come on. I have faith in everybody. Get this question.
Tonight we are giving away a Walkin Rollin Costumes 2020 t-shirt to whoever answers this Walkin Rollin Costumes trivia question first in the comments below. What was the 100th costume we built? The first person to answer the question correctly in the comments below wins a free 2020 Walkin Rollin Costumes t-shirt. Good luck!
Earlier tonight, we heard from Fred Willis from Finite Engineering, and he built that amazing horse costume that galloped and reared up and made sounds and colors and everything. It was an awesome costume. Well, he's back with another costume that this is the reveal for tonight. This is to Michael, who lives in California, and he wanted a very original costume that the Finite Engineering team took it on again. So here we go. We're back with Fred from Finite Engineering, and
thanks for coming back and talking to us about the next costume that you started on for this year. This is the costume that we're revealing later in this episode. So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you did with this costume?
Oh yeah, no problem. So this costume was a really unique costume, and it was really kind of I guess, very dear to myself type costume. At first I think we were looking to do, a sponsorship where we were gonna, donate money and, just try to help out during, especially this year. 2020 has just been so crazy. Yeah. I think we're all looking to unplug it, reset 10 seconds and then reboot.
Right.
But it was when we saw scary clown skeleton motorcycle, and I was like, I love motorcycles. I love everything about motorcycles. I'm a big, kind of bike rider. I have a road bike myself. I ride dirt bikes, and it was something I've always kind of wanted to do. When I first got out of college, right, I worked at a machine shop, and at this machine shop, they were building just a one-off motorcycle directly behind me. So they had the motor that was up there, and they just used cardboard and, okay, we want this angle. We want the rake on the bike to be, 37 whatever degrees it was, and then built the gas tank around it, and they had all the metal fabrication equipment all right there, the CNC machine. And it was just, when you're 22 years old and you're watching this happen, you're just mouse drop the whole time. Yeah. And so when I saw, we had about 2 weeks, or 3 weeks before, and I was just like, we can't just do the sponsorship. He's got to have a bike. We got to make this bike happen. It is, I may never be able to build an actual, a road bike, but I could build this bike. Let me go. We'll get some PVC. We bought a bunch of different connectors, probably much like your garage now.
Yeah.
Different size PVC, different size connectors, 45 degree T's, crosses.
Everywhere.
90s.
Just, rolls and rolls of Velcro. Right. And we just like, okay, here we go. So let's start putting it together. So I did kind of the basic frame for it, but I still wanted some realism to it. I didn't want it to be just a solid bike. I wanted handlebars. I wanted the front to move. I wanted throttle response. I wanted the motor there. So there's a bunch of factors of a real bike that I wanted to really project on this build, and even down to the motor. So the motor is it's a V twin teaching motor where I had to put together the piston on it, the rocker arms, the camshaft on it, even where the LED lights are is actually where the spark plugs would spark and push it, push the rods down and everything. And it was a cool bike to put together, but it was much like the bike that was being built behind me, where started with the motor, then we built the frame around it, and then we did kind of the what was it talking about? So where we took the and fitted, to Reese's wheelchair there, that was like, okay, we just started talking, and it was funny because in my mind, this was because, this was going to be a skeleton that was mounted to the bike, much like it looks, but you're like, wow, you get all that done and get that all chromed out, and it was like, oh, I didn't even think about chrome. Chrome is cool. It's a bike. It's supposed to be machine-like. It's supposed to be like the T-1000 Terminator, so. So that's when took everything kind of back off the bike, painted everything chrome, and then did the flat black on the frame.
Right.
Put that together, much like the horse costume. We took the throttle, created the aux port, made that, plugged that into the amplified speaker that's underneath the motor, and we did make it stick, right? So the throttle sticks a little bit, but that was on purpose. You just didn't want to keep sitting there and just keep revving it. You could have it kind of down, and then when you're driving through crowds, then people know it's revving, it's going, it's, it was a good.
And then you decked the whole thing out with lights all over. So that one,
you got to keep going.
Yeah, there wasn't a part of it that didn't have lights on it. And then you had inside it wasn't where the engine was, but it was in the rib cage.
Yep.
There were little talk about what those are.
Yeah, they're clown skulls. So we had.
Why not?
What's that?
Because why not?
Yeah, exactly. Because it's a scary clown, right?
Yeah.
So what we did is we had Jeremy, who's one of our artists at work over at Finite Engineering. He took it home, and it was like him and his roommate and 9-year-old. One of them was a 9-year-old daughter who did the actual Joker face.
Oh wow!
Nice.
I was like, man, that's 9 years old. It's like, got a career ahead of her on that one. Yeah. So instead of originally I was going to fill the rib cavity with metal or some sort of like a solid material and have it painted or
Sure.
It was just like, no, fill it with skulls in there. Add is this supposed to be a skeleton costume?
Right. So and then you had to ship this costume to California, so you had a little bit of an engineering problem there of trying to figure out how to, you've now built the motorcycle. Now you have to disassemble it
to put it in a box to ship.
Yep, exactly. And you know that better than anybody, right?
Yeah.
Not fun.
Yeah, when you're trying to build it, you're just like, all right, how am I supposed to take this apart? And where am I going to take it apart?
Yeah.
Yes.
And how easy is it going to be put back together?
Yeah.
And so we made a little bit longer handlebars on it, and those were just screwed in. Where it bolts to the axle between the wheels there, it's another mounting point. So that was able to disassemble. It actually fit in. So they had to take one box apart over at UPS. And thank you for, maybe that's a little bit of a shout out to the UPS team over on 151st Street in Overland Park, because those guys, as soon as I came in, they knew exactly who I was with.
Yeah.
Told you.
Every time.
And put on Don's account? Yeah. Put on Don's account. Put on Lon's account.
Yeah.
And so they were able to take apart the cardboard box and they got it in 2 boxes and shipped it out that day, and it was Thursday, I believe, when it showed up. So 3-day shipping, ground.
Yeah.
Just better than some of them we've done.
Yeah.
What were some of the engineering problems that you didn't expect going into the build?
Oh, great question. One of the ones that I didn't expect is where the neck of the bike is. So the way I had it originally, it was a single tubular frame that went up to where you would call it the triple clamps of a motorcycle, and then you have the down tube and where it forks out to the tires there. It was it wasn't, when you're dealing with metal and welds, it holds. When you're dealing with PVC and glue, it doesn't hold as well. So it was, turning it was like 2 points of contact to actually 4 points of contact. And that really strengthened up the entire frame and then allowed it to be able to turn the front tire and allow the neck to be solid.
How many people did you have working on this costume?
That costume, it was a rush job on that one. Like, what I mean by rush job, it was like we probably put almost the same amount of time that we did with the previous project, but we condensed it into about a week and a half. So on this one,
which isn't normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So on this one we had about 3 people working on it. So I had worked on the frame and the engine. There was a guy, Matt, that worked on the electronics part to it. He did the sound generator for it, and then we had Jeremy worked on the artistic part on the skulls. So that, like I said before, I mean that was one of those ones that are like, it's real dear to your heart. It's something that you've been doing your whole life with these motorcycles, and it's like, oh, I get to really make one. Right. That's why I wanted to put in as much detail as I could with the lights, with the engine, with the sound generator on it, and knowing that Michael he drew the whole thing up, and it was, if you see the picture, I mean, he knows what he wants. He knew exactly what he and it was hopefully we hit the nail on the head, and I love to hear his opinion of it, or his take on it.
Yeah, we did receive an email from his mom saying, they had put it together. They haven't put it on his chair yet, but she said Michael loves it, and can't wait to drive it around. So congratulations on a job well done, nice. And hopefully we can build some more in the future with some more costumes. Oh, yeah. So, thank you very much, Fred, and we will head back to the virtual party. Thank you.
All right, thanks.
All right, thank you, Fred, for that amazing costume. As Angela Sauce put on our Facebook page, she thinks this is her new favorite costume that has been done for Walkin Rollin Costumes. So congratulations. Now, in that interview, which was just recorded earlier this week, we mentioned that we were hoping to get some pictures from Michael and with him in the costume itself, and we just got them earlier today. So I wanted to show a couple pictures. Michael in his costume. He got it all on. He told us he loves it. It's great. He has this amazing mask that he put on with it for when he's at night. Look at that. That's incredible. So, Michael is going to be, going out trick-or-treating and stuff with this awesome costume by Fine Engineering, and this awesome glowing mask, scary clown costume. The sketch was what inspired this whole costume. So congratulations, Michael. Congratulations, Fine Engineering. Thank you for another amazing costume for Walkin Rollin Costumes.
Yes.
So we're coming to a close for tonight's episode, the 9th episode in the Walkin Rollin Costumes virtual party. Tomorrow night,
done.
Yeah, we just have one more episode. So we wanted, if you want to reach out and contact us, be sure and find us at our website at walkinrollin.org, and there you can see the virtual party. You can order these shirts like what Bill wanted. You can sign up as a volunteer. You can apply for a costume. Apply for a costume. Sorry. And all kinds of, you find the information about the virtual party, any events we have planned, workshops, whatever. And you can also see all these past workshops or these past episodes of the virtual party. You can see kids that still need costumes, that are on our waiting list. Yeah. So, all of this can be found on our website, plus, sketches and photos of every costume we've built. We've built over 100, and these can all be found on our website. We also want to give a shout out to Sci-Fi for Me TV. They have done a fantastic job of producing these videos. So please visit their site, their YouTube page, like their page, subscribe to their page. It's sci-fi for me.tv.
Thank you so much. Other ways that you can contact us, you can find us on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, Vero. Our Pinterest page, we have all the sketches and photos of finished costumes, so you can see all of those. And then on our YouTube page, you can go to that page. You can see all these past episodes of the virtual party. You can see builds of how we put costumes together, so you kind of use it as a learning process. You can also see reveals and see kids' reactions to the costumes when they get to see them for the very first time. Now, please, if you go to our YouTube page, please subscribe. We literally 42 subscribers away from reaching 1,000 subscribers. Please help us reach that goal so that we can produce more content for you guys. It helps us reach another milestone. In addition to that, we have some people that would like to thank. Oh, sorry, the text line. Yes, also want to get out your mobile phone, text the phrase WRC 2020P
to the number 707070.
What he said. You want to do that right now? That takes you to a link, which then allows you to donate any amount you would like.
Yep.
And you can make it a one-time donation or a monthly recurring donation. So please consider doing that. And then people that we'd like to thank, Fred Willis from Finite Engineering, Lonnie Michaelbust, Sabrina Alcantar, and Michael. They're the recipients of the scary clown costume. And then also we'd like to thank New Motion Foundation, our sponsor for the episode. And they donated $1,500 for tonight's episode as a matching donation. So any donations that you make in any way, whether it's the raffle tickets or the video call with Buddy the Elf,
the t-shirt,
or the t-shirts, all of that go towards the $1,500 matching donation. And the texting. And yeah, so you want to do all of those. Then we also like to thank Jason Hunt from Sci-Fi For Me, Chris Rude for editing and interviewing, Twisted Halloween for their promotion, Buddy the Elf for his video conference fundraiser for us,
John Nell for creating the t-shirt, and the Davis family for everything that they sacrificed.
Thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow is the final episode.
It's a big one.
It's a big one. It's going to be live from Hokulea. And so we're going to be there in their store. The family's going to be there. And here's what's really cool about this reveal. This little boy, Everett, that you see in that picture, he does not know he's getting this costume. It is a surprise for him. We've been working with his parents in order to make this costume happen for him. So he's going to show up having no idea that he's even getting a costume. So this is going to be a really special one that you're going to want to watch. We're also going to check in with Bert tomorrow, see if he has finished the costume that he's been working on during this entire series.
Hopefully he has.
Hopefully. But yeah, 7 o'clock tomorrow night here on our Facebook page, on sci-fi4me.tv's YouTube page. And, either one of those, you can watch it live. You'll want to see this one live because it's going to be a great episode. So I want to thank everyone for watching. My name is Lon Davis.
And I'm Reese Davis.
And please stay safe.
And keep rolling from home.
Bye.
I want to reach more kids. And the only way to do that is to have more volunteers. I want to see every child that wants one of these costumes to get one. If you know a teacher at a high school or a Boy Scout troop leader, Girl Scout troop leader, any type of group or organization that would like to attempt to build one of these costumes or to help out a child, contact us. We have lots of resources. We have plenty of people willing to help build these costumes, but we need to get the message out. So share this video, let them know about what we do, why we do it, and get us in contact with kids who might need a costume or any adults or families that would like to help build a costume. We're here for you.